After a 4-2 road trip, the Royals head home to take on the Tampa Bay Rays, who have turned their season around. They were 16-21 after getting swept by the Phillies, a week after getting swept at home by the Royals, and then a little bit later they were 21-26 after losing the opener against Houston on May 19th. They've pretty much been on fire ever since. They now hold the top wild card and are actually chasing down the Yankees in the American League East. They have one of the best offenses in baseball, but they don't do it by being exceptionally good at walking or striking out. They just hit. Jonathan Miranda has become a legitimate stud. Junior Caminero seems to get better every day. Yandy Diaz is very consistent. Brandon Lowe's been hot, and he's really awesome. The list goes on. Pitching-wise, they're solid. They might have some issues with the home run ball, but that could be traced to their temporary home. Overall, they're very good. In the bullpen, they're led by great performances from Eric Orzi, Manuel Rodriguez, Pete Fairbanks, Garrett Clevenger, and others. The rotation has had its hiccups, but they seem to be rounding into form quite well. The pitching matchups for the week are Kris Bubic versus Taj Bradley, Michael Wacha versus Drew Rasmussen, and Michael Lorenzen versus Shane Baz. In the opener, they'll face Bradley, who has not had a good year with a 4.95 ERA, but he does have a 3.78 expected ERA. He has some issues with home runs that are probably somewhat park-related, but he also just hasn't been very good with a 24.5% called strike and whiff ratio. Some of that is due to an unsustainably low strand rate, but still, he has not been great. He has a 96-mile-per-hour four-seamer that he's allowed a 289 average and 526 slugging percentage on with just a 15.8% whiff rate. His cutter's been much better with a 33.9% whiff rate, and he's got a great splitter and a really good curve. He does have a much better 4.02 ERA in the road, but he still has only struck out 32 and walked 18. He faced the Royals earlier this year and gave up 2 runs on 5 hits and 7, so he has gotten them pretty well. In the second game, Drew Rasmussen has been the best starter for the Rays this year. He's got a 2.61 ERA, but actually a similar expected ERA to Bradley with a 3.50. He has a 22% strikeout rate and 5.9% walk rate. And unlike Bradley, he has a very high strand rate that isn't sustainable, but he's still very good. He throws about 96 with his four-seamer with a 253 average allowed and 421 slugging percentage. He gets a 22.2% whiff rate with a 93.8 mile per hour average exit velocity, which says maybe he's getting hit a little bit hard there. His cutter has been outstanding. It's got a 167 average allowed on it. His sinker gets a ton of grounders and a 188 average. The sweeper has been hit in a limited sample, but the curve has been great too, in an even more limited sample. He's actually worse on the road with a 3.86 ERA on the road versus 2.11 at home, but interestingly enough, he's only made 4 out of his 15 starts away from Tampa. He has big platoon splits, with righties OPSing just 469 and lefties at 694. He also does not get deep into games. He's only pitched past the 5th in 6 of his 15 starts. He did pitch against the Royals earlier this year as well and gave up 3 runs on 6 hits in 5 innings. In the finale, they'll get Shane Baz, who came into the game against the Royals on May 1st with a 2.45 ERA, but he got lit up and has been a struggle since. Overall, he's got a 4.79 ERA with a 4.07 expected ERA, but he has a 6.08 ERA since and including that start against the Royals. Recently, he did kind of ditch his slider for a cutter, and it's been pretty good for him, but he still struggled in his last start with runs allowed and walks. Overall, he has a 97-mile-per-hour four-seamer that has been okay, 252 average allowed and 387 slugging percentage with a 22% whiff rate. He has a knuckle curve that he throws about 30% of the time. It's been really good. His changeup has been up and down with a decent whiff rate, but a lot of slugging percentage allowed on that. And then, as I mentioned, his slider has gone away in favor of the cutter to righties, which is good because he allowed a 429 average and 1286 slugging percentage on the slider. He has reverse splits and has been way better on the road. He has a 546 OPS allowed the first time through, then it's 816 the second time, and 1020 the third, so he can be beaten. Another big series for the Royals. They hope to get back into contention, back into the wild card spots. They did it against the Rays once before. They need to do it again this week.